Welcome.
Let each of us, in our own way, be grateful for the love that has been shown to each one of us, the graduating seniors, and for the opportunities given to us to respond to that love and to share that love with others during the past 4 years. As we come to such a major stepping stone in the path of our lives, we give thanks to all the efforts that have been poured into our lives through our parents and teachers and the many people of this community who have done so much to encourage us and enrich our educational environment. We are also grateful for the recognition and the honors that this district has received because of the dedication and service of the students here this evening. But we know that the real fruit of our labors will be revealed as we, young men and women, move on to accomplish the goals that have been set for us. So our offering this evening is this, that our lives will be touched in such a way that will enable us to reach our total potential, that we will seek wisdom and strengthen our endeavors, that our eyes will be focused so that we can receive every blessing that is in store for us, and that we will always be filled with a desire to serve others. Thank you. Please be seated. Our next speaker is Brienne Lucal.
On behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to extend a sincere welcome to everyone present here tonight. You have seen us develop from the awkward freshmen meekly standing in the back of the student section into a group of compassionate adults who are about to take our first step into the real world. This transformation did not occur overnight and was not an individual effort. It was through the help, support, and motivation of our faculty, family, and friends that we have been shaped into people who sit awake, anxiously awaiting our diplomas. So I would not only like to welcome, but thank everyone in attendance. Thank you, bus drivers, for getting us to school safely and being the first ones to greet us with a smile. Thank you to lunch ladies for feeding us, making break breakfast sandwiches, and getting our hash browns back. I've never seen our class so passionate about something besides hash browns and peach tea. Thank you, counselors, for listening to our melodramatic problems. Thank you, administration and school board. Often we don't realize how good we had it here in the bubble. Not many other schools let their kids freely text, listen to music, or play Clash of Clans throughout the day. Thank you to our teachers. The lessons we have learned over the course of 4 years extend far further than calculus and history. You have taught us the importance of communication, deadlines, and perseverance. To our families, thanks for picking us up from Outback on Friday nights before we could drive. Till this day, I still don't know how we survived 16 years without licenses. And for dropping off forgotten homework and research papers at school, just in the nick of time. Thank you for coming to watch us play on the field, run on the track, or cheer on the team. Your support means the world to us. Moms and dads, the unconditional love you have given us, even when we made it really hard for you to do so, is something we can never repay. Thank you lastly to my fellow graduates. Each and every one of you has affected my life and the lives of those around you. High school wasn't about being part of the coolest or the most popular group of friends. The only thing that truly mattered was surrounding yourself with people who share in your values, truly care about you, and make you want to be a better person. I'm blessed to say I have found those people, and I hope these friendships are able to stand the test of time as we embark onto the journey into the real world. We started high school as individuals, and tonight we sit united whole, ready to take our steps into the real world. Whether we become Nittany Lions, Buckeyes, or Gamecocks, we will forever be Panther fans. There will be a lot of applause for us tonight, but class of 2013, please join me in applauding those who have helped us arrive at this destination. On behalf of the class of 2013, welcome and thank you. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the president of our Board of School Directors, Mrs. Barbara L. Bolus, who will provide the opening remarks. Mrs. Bolus has served on the Board of School Directors for over 25 years. In addition to her current term as board president, she served in that role in 1989 and again in 1998. She is member of both the Pennsylvania School Boards Association and National School Boards Association, serving as PSBA president in 2001 and as the NSBA president in 2008. Please welcome Mrs. Barbara L. Bolus, president of the Board of School Directors.
Thank you very much, Brianne. For a moment, as I was sitting in my seat, I was thinking I should throw my speech away and we should all sing the song, Raindrops Start Falling on My Head. But welcome each of you. Today we gather as a community to celebrate our commencement, students' commencement, class of 2013. You are fortunate that your parents have provided an opportunity for you to receive a top-notch education, ranked #1 in the Commonwealth and among the best in the nation. This education came about from collaborative efforts from those present today, your family, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, grandparents, aunts, uncles, the school district family, and the community of Upper St. Clair. The collaboration for success in our schools is unique, as we have had the good fortune to have up to 1 volunteer for every 4 students in the district. Whether volunteer energies were focused in the classroom or to help develop our strategic plan, we hope this collaboration has given you a solid foundation to proceed with furthering your education and career path. The collaboration between your families, the Upper St. Clair community, and the school district team enabled us to establish the mission of the school district, which underpins every educational decision, from what is taught in the classroom to those made district-wide. Today, we celebrate the completion of your public education. We sincerely hope you will endeavor to live life as lifelong learners and responsible citizens in a global society. During the commencement ceremony today, you will hear from administrators and fellow students. They will share words of wisdom, humor, and memories of shared experience. It is an appropriate time for not only celebration, but also for reflection. As a member of your school board, I would like to use the letters of the word board to share some thoughts with you, and maybe one or more will stick with you as you journey forth. The first letter in the word board is B, for which I choose brave. Be brave when you are challenged and face adversity. Today, for example, many times you will hear the word no and doors will close. Facing obstacles and disappointment and overcoming them makes you stronger. Therefore, be brave. Next, we come to the letter O for opportunity. Today is an opportunity. We are all getting steam washed whether or not we want it. While there will be times when doors close, there will be other times when doors open. Take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded to you. Some opportunities may seem too inconsequential or humbling, but one may just be the opportunity which leads to a significant life development. The letter A is for appreciate. Appreciate what you have, and remember that you are part of a community. It is important to show appreciation to your community and give back. You can make a difference in the community and the world in which you live. Next is the letter R for reflect. It can be easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of everyday life and to lose sight of where you are going and your goals. Take time for reflection. It calms the mind and nourishes the spirit. And lastly, which I'm sure you can't wait for, is the letter D for dedication. It is through dedication to your goals and purpose that success is accomplished. Remember, as Thomas Edison said, genius is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. Today it happens to be rain. In closing, remember it is through collaboration you have had the opportunity for a strong educational foundation to enable you to achieve success in the future. Carry the concept of collaboration with you as you pursue your own endeavors. Go forward with God's blessing and make us proud. You are graduates of Upper St. Clair. Congratulations, class of 2013. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Megan Adamo. We have all gotten to know Megan because she has served as a student representative to our school board, and she has done an incredible job. Megan, welcome.
Thank you. Hi, Megan!
Do you remember your first day of high school? I, for one, do not. I didn't view high school as a new beginning, just a continuation. From my youngest days, I was always focused on the future. By the age of 12, I had already had 3 changes in my choice of a future career, and I finished most of my college visits by spring break of 9th grade. For some reason, I never really considered high school to hold great importance in the grand scheme of things. I considered high school to merely be a stepping stone en route to greater things. I didn't see the purpose of really digging deep and developing roots in a place that I would be leaving in a few years. Yes, I was devoted to my schoolwork and friends, but I never truly felt immersed. If need be, I could leave at any time without much emotion. And at the time, I felt this method to be the most intelligent and efficient. Intelligent and efficient it may be, but its enjoyment was questionable. As I progressed through Upper St. Clair, though, I began to befriend some incredible people. These people lived life to the fullest, bringing every drop out of their time here in their own unique ways. I was intrigued. I felt like these people were setting themselves up for a huge disappointment. And by huge disappointment, I mean a potentially unbearable goodbye when their time here is finished. Well, like it or not, I was gradually pulled into this way of living, and I haven't looked back since. Suddenly, there was nothing holding me back. It seemed silly not to pursue the clubs and activities I wanted to participate in, or form strong friendships with those around me. I felt like I was seeing our school clearly for the first time, and my eyes were open to the fact that no matter the interest, there is a niche that fits the subject. While I may indeed be setting myself up for a huge disappointment, as I once called it, I wouldn't have it any other way. By reaching out to the community reached out to me.
Upper St. Clair has taught me that the quality of an experience is directly proportional to the amount of yourself that you invest in it. It is quite possible to just go through the motions and live a perfectly content life. But at the end of the day, the only way to feel rewarded is to take a risk and truly give some of yourself. The passion of the teachers here is contagious, and I know that I will carry that same spirit of learning to my college endeavors. But most of all, my peers have shaped me to be the student I have become. I am beyond grateful that I could be surrounded by such a supportive, accepting community of learners. From study groups to sporting events, we have shown no shortage of enthusiasm for every endeavor. Though it may seem trivial, the effect of support for each other is undeniably positive. We can't help but do our best when we have the motivation to make our school proud. There may be something to be said about the fact that the grade that works hard, plays hard, has a reputation as being the friendly and nice grade. Upper St. Clair has given me more than I could ever hope to give back, and I hope to take this vigor for life and share it. I couldn't have asked for a better way to transition into the real world. Upper St. Clair keeps its students grounded while showing the power of a strong will and hard work. It will break my heart to leave you all in the culture that we have worked so hard to create, but I'm also filled with excitement. Excitement at where we will go and what we will do. Excitement at all the opportunities we will be faced with. My faith in humanity is catalyzed knowing that this great group of young adults will soon assume responsibility for the world's problems. If these 4 years were any indication of the exceptional growth possible, the next 4 years have the potential to open up an even larger window of opportunity if we can only continue with similar passion. One door of our lives is indeed closing. We must accept it and move on. I realize that maybe everyone's experience here has not been as positive as mine. In that case, today represents happiness in a different form. But what, the mark that every single one of you sitting here today has left on this community and each other is incalculable. In the words of our esteemed math teacher, Mr. Kaufman, maybe it's not just about learning math. Maybe it's about something more. In 30 years, when we look back at our time here, it's true. We won't remember how to antiderive the arcsecant function. What we will remember are the life lessons that were subconsciously instilled in us as we developed from awkward freshmen to confident seniors. This ending of high school is not actually a true ending, and as we all move on to the next phase in our lives, I implore you to continue what we started here. Work hard, play hard, give back to the community, and be genuinely nice and friendly adults. From the class of 2013 to all those who have tirelessly supported us, our parents, siblings, teachers, coaches, and most of all, one another, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. This is a bit embarrassing, but I feel the need to acknowledge the fact that although I am indeed sitting in the first row here, I failed to remember the fact that water tends to make paper a bit soggy. So we're gonna see how well this goes. All right, well, good afternoon to our friends, our family, and of course to the USC High School class of 2013. It's hard to believe that after 4 years of classrooms, calculations, chemistry labs, and creative writing, our time as high school students has drawn to an exciting close. That grand finale is, of course, taking place today with our commencement, an occasion for which we have all worked very diligently. This is a day to celebrate our accomplishments and to anticipate our futures with those who have most touched our lives. Therefore, upon this most momentous of occasions, I wish to share a few words of encouragement with my fellow students. While the independence that we gain from graduation can initially appear daunting, we know that we possess the knowledge, ethics, and determination necessary to pursue our dreams. The students of USC are very fortunate in that they regularly encounter dedicated instructors, comprehensive curriculum, and hands-on learning opportunities throughout the course of a typical school day. But aside from our academic resources, the class of 2013 consists of most hardworking, unique, creative, and caring individuals that many of us have ever come across. Whether we excel in the classroom or on the soccer field, on the stage or in the studio, this class certainly has a knack for achieving success. With this in mind, we realize that we should not fear the future, but rather embrace it as a further means by which we might express our talents. Whether we plan to continue to pursue an education, seek out a dream job, or take time to explore the world, we must remember that we have accumulated the wisdom we will need in entering adulthood. We owe much of these life lessons to our personal role models, perhaps our parents, relatives, and teachers. However, we must also take time to acknowledge the impact of our friends. With our peers by our side, we've struggled through AP exams, danced the night away at homecoming, and cheered impossibly loudly for Panthers football. When, years from now, we recount our days at USC, we may not remember the exact year that Shakespeare composed Romeo and Juliet. However, we will always remember enduring that difficult drama exam alongside our dearest friends. We've called them at 2 in the morning for some much-needed advice, or we've tirelessly tested those hope jars using some impressive teamwork. But above all else, we have formed unforgettable relationships that will last a lifetime. Before I conclude, on behalf of the class of 2013, I would like to extend our warmest thanks to the wonderful teachers and faculty of Upper St. Clair High School. Yes, you've taught us about titrations and transcendentalism, integrals and IB literature, but in the process, something far more important has been imparted. Our instructors demonstrate daily the significance of integrity, humor, kindness, charisma, and self-assurance in our endeavors. They have at once filled our minds, enriched our character, and provided us with the confidence necessary to take on the challenge we will face. Our educators have shown us firsthand that it is not always possible to be a perfect student, but it is always possible to be a caring human being. To be a teacher is truly among the noblest of work, and as your students, we remain grateful always. To end my speech, I would just like to share my take on the popular 1985 movie, The Breakfast Club. I changed the ending a bit, and I hope that most of you will recognize the words as I share them. Dear world, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole 4 years in high school for whatever it is we wish to pursue in the future. But we think you're crazy to make us write a commencement speech telling you who we think we are. Sometimes as young people, we may feel that society sees us as it wants to see us, in the simplest terms and the most convenient definitions. But what we found out along the way is that each one of us is a scholar, an athlete, a performer, an artist, a friend, an individual, and a source of endless potential. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, the Upper St. Clair High School class of 2013. Best of luck to everyone, and we did it!
Oh man, okay. I had a plan to open this speech with an insightful allegory, rhetorical question, hypothetical, or metaphor comparing high school to some type of sandwich. However, this plan was thwarted when I realized that being insightful isn't exactly my forte. And sandwiches are made of bread, and high school is not made of bread. Okay. Thus, a failed plan to add to my collection of many. But when I did return, I wrote this. To say that I'm not the most put-together person in the graduating class of 2013 would be a total understatement, for my plans are and always have been sporadic and prone to not working out. So here's the long and slightly annoying section in which I list for you all far too many examples. And yes, I'm gonna go cliche and talk about my childhood dreams. When I was in first grade, I planned on becoming a teacher someday until I realized that I didn't like teachers and I didn't want to become something that I didn't like. Don't worry, my opinions have changed since then. From second grade to third, I dreamed of becoming an archaeologist, a dream that was most likely prompted by a field trip to the museum or a Magic School Bus episode, but I can't remember which. But then I realized that archaeology would involve dirt, and I figured that I had had enough experience with the substance already from having 2 older brothers. Plus, not everyone finds a dinosaur. There was also a short time when I wanted to become a Wiccan, but reality got in the way when I found out about their lack of existence. That plan should have ended before it started. Okay, I'm pretty sure that 4th grade was the year of the professional basketball player plan, and I'm also pretty sure that this one dissipated due to the fact that the only thing I was good for during my 5-year-long rec basketball career was setting picks. And in 5th grade, I wanted to become a singer, but such was the time of puberty, voice cracks, and low self-esteem. The singing dream didn't last too long either. 6th grade brought with it the plan of becoming an artist, but no matter how hard I tried, in all of my paintings and sketches, I could never get the eyes to be symmetrical. As I came to believe that all great artists should be able to draw a non-lopsided face, I abandoned that shit too. I'm not quite sure what my plan consisted of during 7th grade, but it probably involved complete and utter conformity with my peers, a task which has gone down the tube since then, especially judging from the fact that I began this speech by revealing my attempts to metaphorize a sandwich. Okay. And finally, there was my dream that spanned across 8th grade until my sophomore year of high school. I was convinced that one day I would become a music journalist for the Rolling Stone. But as I got further through high school and gained a better grip on reality, I noticed soon enough that my desire was more fueled by my attraction to the awesome lifestyle like the one William Miller had in the movie Almost Famous than it was by the writing itself. Behold another plan that fell through the cracks. At this point in time, I began to think that I was drifting further and further away from the answers I was searching for. Such is a typical feeling that I'm sure most of my fellow graduates have felt. Despite this feeling, though, my whole attitude changed when I realized the power of deduction. If a given term X cannot be negative, then I can cross out all the negative options. If the answer can either be options A nor B, then it must be either C or D, or E if it's one of those tests. If east is the wrong direction, the right one must be some variation of south, north, or west, and if the car keys aren't in the bedroom, bathroom, family room, or basement, then they must be either chilling in the kitchen or still within the seats of the car, which happens a lot. If I'm not bound to become a teacher, Wiccan, archaeologist, professional basketball player, singer, artist, conformist, or a music journalist, then the answer to my question must be present in what is left. Contrary to what I first believed to be true, failed attempts bring us closer to the answers we seek, simply by logically narrowing down our search. This algorithmic process isn't necessarily used by all. In this world, there are people who marry their very first high school sweetheart, and there are people who decide that they will become doctors at the age of 9 and actually do attain that title later on. Well, these people get things right the first time around, but I don't necessarily envy them. In my eyes, they are neither luckier nor better than the rest of the population who must deduce their options. Their answers have simply arrived earlier. I hope that I don't sound too preachy when I say that failed attempts and fallen plans are some of the greatest tools in our bench. Sometimes in order to find what we want, the best we can do is point out what we don't, because plans change and so do we. Regardless, this process of deducing is effective. A wise man once said, "Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes." That wise man was me, reading a quote off of a website of Oscar Wilde quotes. With this in mind, I wish for my fellow classmates to keep gathering experiences for as long as they can, because whenever an answer is found, a new question arrives. To the class of 2013, regardless of whether your most recent plans work out or not, I know that you will find the answers you're looking for. Congratulations to all of you for the people you've become, the things that you've done, and your accomplishments to come. I can honestly say that some of the most intelligent, fantastic, eccentric, and memorable people I have ever met are sitting beside me today, a motley crew of great people in which I am so honored to be a part of. I would like to personally thank you guys for proving to me that high school isn't actually a bad place. As for my future answers, I'm going to keep searching too. That's my plan. And unfortunately, I was planning on ending this speech with a typical commencement insight about changing the world or remembering the pillars of education, but as I've been discussing for about 5 minutes too long, plans fall through and new ones form, so I'll end with the Go Panthers. Yep, that works. Go Panthers.
Okay. So, before I begin, I would like everyone to give a round of applause to the Upper St. Clair Band. Each year, they do such a good job playing at graduation, regardless of the weather, regardless of the rain, the wind, or any other catastrophes that may occur. So wow, it is truly an honor to be able to speak at this occasion. The emotions just running through my mind right now are just overwhelming. I am speechless. Well, not literally. I do have a speech prepared. Yeah, that was a bad use of word choice there, but, well, we're not all here to listen to bad jokes. We are here to acknowledge the passing of another school year, our last one at Upper St. Clair School District. No one can dismiss that our class has not been successful in terms of achievements. Maybe we are even more successful than previous classes in that manner. However, that is not what is most important. I can stand here and list all the accomplishments of the class of 2013. And believe me, we'll be here for a long time in the rain. But is that memorable? Is that truly what we want to remember from high school? Awards that we can scarcely recall 10 years from now? What have we learned and should remember from high school? We didn't just learn how to balance redox equations or memorize entire Shakespeare soliloquies. We learned intrinsic values that cannot be described as purely academia. We grew to be confident, willing to rise up to our kryptonite, look it in the eye, and conquer it. Some will relate this confidence to the Durkin research paper, but the true message is the belief that we can. We can earn that vaunted grade through hard work and sacrifice. We can reach that seemingly unattainable time through hours on end of incessant training and technique work. We can. No, I read that already. But at Upper St. Clair, we will take it even a step further. We turn that can into will. We will, with the same attitude, conquer our fears in the future, no matter where we end up. We will reach beyond what many people can even dream about. We will carry these values wherever we go and disseminate them to everyone that we know. But most importantly, we will always try. Hashtag YOLO. You only live once. It's something that all the cool kids are saying nowadays. It means that we make the best use of the opportunities given to us. As we grow older, we won't have the what if I had tried moments or regrets over the road not taken. Because believe me, the two roads in that yellow wood are not always the same. One might be harder to climb, but will end up to be more rewarding. Who knows if you can surpass hardships if you don't even try? No matter what new creative ideas we think of, we have the courage to attempt to achieve them fearlessly, to pursue our passions with heart, even if we fail. It never hurts to try. I feel so truly blessed, knowing that many students do not even have the opportunity to dream and follow what they believe in. At USC, we all have been given that opportunity to explore and let ourselves be the only limit to our success. For that, we can only thank our teachers and parents for supporting us all the way. Thank you. But it is now time for us to take it from here. Come this fall, we will all begin a new chapter of our lives, one that we are in charge of. Whether it be attend college, join the workforce, or take a gap year to learn more about ourselves, we have a road ahead of us. I would just like to remind ourselves that this road isn't set. As much as it seems like we are confined to these roller coaster tracks, we must not forget to chase what is most important, our passions and our dreams. What we believe in, not what parents, teachers, or anyone else forces us to do. Even this very moment, we're probably thinking about these very goals, and certainly not about the fun we'll have this summer or the crazy college parties. These goals are constantly subject to change. So class of 2013, be open-minded, continue to explore, and only through these actions can we find ourselves. Our road has only begun, so leave all the doors to life open. I want to share some advice from my favorite musician, philanthropist, and optimist, the king of pop himself, Michael Jackson. Believe it or not, MJ's famous lyrics extend beyond just shabong and he sings that I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. We all can learn from these words. As human beings, we all have something we can improve upon, a resolution that we repeatedly tell ourselves that we will reach in order to make us better students, friends, and mentors. Now I ask, what are we waiting for? It starts with you, the man in the mirror. Only you can change yourself. Don't rely on others to change who you are. I would like to start and end my final thoughts with very simple questions. What is the difference between when you are born and when you are destined to die? Is it what you have done for this world? Is it the knowledge that you have learned? To an extent, all of these answers are correct. But the overarching difference is time. During the latter, it is too late to do the things that you planned, promised, and wish you would do. Time. That is something we all have plenty of right now. But we must use it wisely and not let it slip away. Although our journey through life has only started, we must make the most of each day so that when the day of judgment comes, we can smile and say that we have reached our fullest potentials as human beings. No regrets. We have all started on the right path, guided by our parents and this wonderful school district. But now, it is up to us. Class of 2013, how will you lead your life and make the most of the time that we have?
Dr. O'Toole, Mrs. Bolus, Board of School Directors, administrators, parents, teachers, friends, and members of the class of 2013. Welcome to the 53rd Annual Upper St. Clair High School Commencement Exercise. As principal of Upper St. Clair High School, I am pleased to be presiding over this joyous occasion. This day belongs to these young men and women seated before us. Tonight is also a testament to you, the moms, dads, grandparents, brothers, sisters, friends, who throughout your constant support, understanding, and sacrifice have helped these young men and women get to this point. Commencement exercises like this one tonight embody one of the great rituals in our culture. It is a unique and meaningful ceremony that marks the close of one chapter and the beginning of another great chapter. The group of students before you has been well prepared and bears the knowledge and experience that will help them successfully begin their journey. If their past performance is any predictor of their future success, I think I can speak with some certainty that they will realize extraordinary accomplishments. The Upper St. Clair School District has been bestowing diplomas to seniors since 1960, when 100 students were graduated. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of 355 fine students. The class of 2013 has been recognized with numerous awards, honors, and distinctions. This is a group of students who have demonstrated exceptional academic, athletic, and artistic achievement. Among those achievements are 13 National Merit finalists, 14 National Merit semifinalists, 15 National Merit commended students, 14 valedictorians, 3 Superintendent's Academic Achievement Awards, 9 International Baccalaureate Diploma candidates, 149 Honor Society members, an Odyssey of the Mind team that was a world finalist, conference champions in football, section champions in boys golf, state champions in boys soccer, section champions in boys basketball, section champions in boys swimming, section champions in girls swimming, section co-champions in boys tennis, and superior ratings for many of our music groups. Our students will be traveling to all corners of the world to pursue their education in such places as the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, Arizona, Utah, California, Indiana, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., and right here at home in Pennsylvania. They will be attending many prestigious universities, including CMU, Notre Dame, Boston University, Allegheny College, American University, Arizona State, Brigham Young University, University of California, and the University of Pittsburgh. I believe that our graduates today will accomplish great achievements, reach great heights, and become great leaders in their communities and in our nation. It wouldn't be a graduation speech if I didn't include an inspirational quote. For the class of 2013, I've chosen a well-known Dr. Seuss quote to share with you. You have brains in your head, you have feet on your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the one who will decide where you go. My experience with you during the last 4 years leads me to believe that you are going to great places. Now for my official duties, Dr. O'Toole, please join me. Dr. O'Toole, as the principal of Upper St. Clair High School, I do hereby certify that the students gathered before us have met the requirements for graduation as mandated by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Upper St. Clair Board of School Directors. Dr. O'Toole, I present you the Upper St. Clair class of 2013.
Thank you, Dr. Galani. Dr. Galani mentioned the number of awards earned by our district during the past year, and I want to take this opportunity for the first time to announce tonight that I was informed recently by the Pennsylvania Association of Secondary School Principals that Dr. Galani is the Principal of the Year in the state of Pennsylvania for the past year. Congratulations. In addition to being superintendent, I'm also chief meteorologist of the school district. Usually when I'm consulting the weather experts, I'm in my bedroom at 4:30 in the morning, but today it was right before we came in here, and they said we'd get a glancing blow with a few sprinkles, and Dr. Galani and I opted for all the families being able to see the ceremony rather than getting a little bit wet. Good evening, class of 2013, family and friends of the class, members of the Upper St. Clair School Board of Directors, administration, faculty, staff, and community. It's my pleasure to take about 7 minutes to address our graduates tonight. I first wish to commend our outstanding student speakers, our talented musicians, and those who prepared the students and stadium for the ceremony. In my final commencement speeches, I wrote a note to myself last year that read, "Lighten up." I felt that my past speech themes of democracy, immigration, great Americans, history, government, and ancestry had perhaps become too serious. So to lighten things up, I'll start with a humorous story that was told to me by my father. A salesman came to his office, and upon presenting his business card, my father read it. It read, "Joe Smith, HSG." My father was familiar with letters such as PhD and MD following a name, but he had never seen HSG. So he asked Joe Smith, "What does HSG stand for?" Smith replied, "High school graduate." My father chuckled. Smith responded, "Don't laugh, it took me 13 years to earn it." Class of 2013, you are what educators call digital natives, students who grew up using technology. Therefore, I have constructed my message tonight using the language of technology. As digital natives, you are familiar with the process that software developers call a beta release. According to PC Magazine, a beta version is a pre-release of software that is given out to a large group of users to try under real conditions. Beta versions have gone through alpha testing in-house and are fairly close in look, feel, and function to the final product. The beta stage of a software release allows product managers to learn from the end users about functions in order to make decisions about the product's final release. In beta stage, through user feedbacks, bugs are fixed, functions are improved, and designs are enhanced. However, some technologies experts say there is no such thing as a final release, that all software programs are in a state of perpetual beta. In other words, the developers of a product are continually engaged in the process of receiving feedback from end users, then making upgrades and enhancements to the products, a process called perpetual beta. Class of 2013, consider tonight as the end of your alpha stage. Starting tomorrow, think of yourself as not only going beta, but going perpetual beta, because there will be no such thing as a final product release in your lives. Being successful in today's economy will require you to be in a state of perpetual beta, the state of perpetual learning and improving through both formal and informal learning opportunities. Today, with all the available learning tools, all the online information available through books, newspapers, blogs, RSS feeds, journals, tweets, it's a veritable learner's paradise out there. I felt very comfortable with this technology analogy, comparing your graduation to going perpetual beta. It seemed like a clever way for an old guy like me to relate to you, a younger audience. I felt even better when I read that Oprah Winfrey took a similar approach, telling the Harvard graduates to find their inner moral GPS, another technology analogy. However, when I was in the process of drafting this speech, I was listening to a podcast of an interview with Brian Garner. Garner is the editor of Modern American Usage and Black's Law Dictionary. Garner, an expert in language, cautioned professionals about the use of business jargon, especially the use of technical terms like for non-technical functions. For example, describing a company's facilities as hardware, or using the term bandwidth to describe an organization's capacity to perform a function. Or, as I presented tonight, using the term perpetual beta to describe the next stage of your life. Garner cautioned that these boilerplate phrases are tempting, ready-made words that can easily replace actual thought. This language, he said, tends to stop people from thinking and not exercising their brains and original thinking. So I re-examined this idea of using the technical language, perpetual beta, to determine what I may have missed. How had this phrase limited my thinking when comparing your graduation to software development? And it occurred to me, you are the engineers of your own product, you. There will be times when the input you receive from the end users may make sense for them, but not for you. There will be times when the improvements, enhancements, and design features suggested by others may work for them, but not for you. Whereas a software developer would never go ahead with the collective desire, against the collective desires of his or her end users, you may want to. In fact, you may need to. While it is important to satisfy your end users, such as your college admissions officials, your professors, your bosses, and dare I say at this point, your parents, there will be times when you will create your own software, your own path that satisfies the person you know best, you. The challenge, of course, is in the knowing when to listen to others and knowing when to design your own path. In other words, if Robert Frost were to have composed The Road Not Taken Today, he may have written, if two roads diverge during beta release phase, don't always listen to the feedback of the end users. Sometimes it is best to create your own software version, and that will make all the difference. I stick by my original premise, however, that you will benefit greatly from thinking of yourselves as being in a state of perpetual beta, always learning and improving as you move forward toward your final product design. But never be afraid of going your own way, of taking the road less recommended by the end users. As you enter your perpetual data journey, I offer you good fortune, Godspeed, and the best wishes of your alma mater, now and forever. Class of 2013, with the authority vested in me as superintendent, and in the name of the Board of School Directors, administration, faculty of the school district of the Township of Upper St. Clair, I solemnly and publicly confer upon you, as recommended by your principal, Dr. Delani, the degree of the Upper St. Clair High School diploma. Ask the board members to be very careful. It's very slippery on the podium. So at this time, the board of directors will present your diplomas.
Emily Christine Elliott, Senior Class Vice President.
Brianne Lynn Luco, Senior Class President.
Erica Elizabeth Malarkey, Senior Class Treasurer.
Bridget Ann Murphy, Senior Class Secretary.
Olivia Denise Fink, Senior Class President.
Megan Kathleen Adamo, Valedictorian.
Alex Thomas Abraham, Valedictorian.
Kelly Claire Burdette, Valedictorian.
Mara Ann Boston, Valedictorian, International Baccalaureate Diploma Candidate.
Kathleen Chi Yao Chin, valedictorian.
Carolina Mary Chipetta, valedictorian.
Hannah C. User, valedictorian, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Qinglan Wang.
Alexa Grace Schlein, valedictorian, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Adam L. Lucas, valedictorian.
Catherine S. Sabotsis, valedictorian.
Jillian Marie Vla, valedictorian.
Michael George Saitanakis, valedictorian.
Chen Hao Yang, valedictorian.
Tanner Raymond Murray, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Han Ju Bin, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Ryan Douglas Sala, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Constantine Sebastian Vanderpool,
Jenna
International
Lawrence,
Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Janet Lauren Zamet, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Alina Sotowski, International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate.
Nicholas James Avenatti.
Mary Claire Kunkel.
Connor Ackerman.
Colin Andrew Kunselman.
Aaron Hannah Adair.
Ashley Aaron Lar.
Jocelyn Leanne Alfera.
Aiden Joseph Leahy.
Sean Thomas Olibrand.
Jamie Madison Lease.
Mark Richard Alwis.
Timothy Christian Leckenby.
Megan Barbara Alwis.
Tanner V. Lewis.
Michael David Ambrose.
Aaron Lev Lipchitz.
Samantha Marie Ambrose.
Katie Aaron Lloyd.
Dave J. Ambroso.
Ali Londino.
Aisha Amin.
Cassidy Long.
Samuel Thomas Amadeo.
Kelly Ray Long.
Hallie Applegren.
Longinati.
E. Joseph Michael Ardolino.
John Richard Loper.
Jordan Matthew Ayu.
Ryan Christopher Lott.
Kylie Banton.
James Laughlin.
Matthew Raymond Barone.
Anna Christine Lucas.
Tyler Robert Beeler.
Hannah Lund.
Carl Banks Bailey.
Patrick Robert Lyden.
Kayla Christina Belak.
Aaron John Lynch.
Catherine Bellamy.
Michael Kenny Lynch.
Nicholas Baradone.
Elizabeth McLean.
Christopher James Besser.
Brett Francis Mace.
Andrew Betzold, Superintendent Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Shelby Lynn Mace.
Abigail Bishop.
Sean Patrick Mackey.
Ryan Patrick Bittner.
Eliza Lori Madsen.
Rory Armand Blair.
Marissa Elizabeth Marquis.
Eleanor Adams Blake.
Jennifer Lynn Maisie.
Alexander James Bloom.
Sean Clark McGinnis.
Brooke Erica Bamer.
Mark Daniel McTiernan.
Carly Marie Bogan.
Owen Scott Myman.
Matthew Bonetti.
Benjamin William Mertz.
Gabriel Michael Boyd.
Marcus James Meston.
Lucas Anthony Boyd.
Connor G. Melkuzini.
Samuel Francis Boyd.
Lauren Miller.
Zachary Tyler Boyle.
Blake Mitchell.
Alyssa Marie Bradley.
Bethany Hope Middleman.
Matthew Lawrence Brandwine.
Jasma Modi.
Justin Brandner.
Kavna Modi.
Freya Brown.
Gian Carlo Molina de la Paz.
Amanda Sue Buckholt.
Michael A. Monzaleski.
Cheyenne Michelle Bunton.
Akash Monpera.
Wesley John Burdette.
Robert Jonathan Moore.
Lauren Elizabeth Butler.
Kevin M. Muck.
Gabriel Byerly.
Leonard G. Murgy III.
Douglas Cannon.
Emma May Murphy.
Alyssa Marie Cardone.
Jacob Anthony Murphy.
Victoria Ann Cabridge.
Hannah Eliza Murray.
Madison Noel Chafin.
Joseph Paul Musial.
Clark Chen.
Patrick Charles Myron.
Alexis Therese Cherry.
Josephine Monteverde Nacarelli.
Allison Cho.
Kyle John Newlands.
Erica Venue Chong.
Leah Wynn Nugent.
Nicole Renee Cherbach.
Anastasia Navadran.
Thomas John Churchill.
Thomas Kane O'Connor.
Ashley Clayton.
Lily Ann Olzakowski.
Kyla Suzanne Colcom.
Carolyn May Painter.
Rachel Coletti.
Chrisanne Stelany Panos, Student Council Executive Officer.
Isabel Mary Collins.
Trudell Sharon Perde.
Natalie Lee Kondo.
Austin S. Park.
Joseph B. Conlon.
Sam Park.
Christopher Gilbert Conti.
Robert Lloyd Park.
Peter Chalmers Coughlin.
Kelsey Denise Paxton.
Kelsey Lynn Cunahan.
Ashley Pearson.
Rachel Coyle.
Aaron Pearlstein.
Maya Elizabeth Craig.
Kristen Marie Perry.
Olivia Marie Chris.
Anthony Perrone.
Nicole Hannah Critelli.
Dennis Joseph Phillips III.
Daniel Crockett.
Hannah Elizabeth Pistorius.
Elena Marie Deloso, Superintendent, Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Alexa Abrielle Patuch.
Reed Davis.
Alina Ashley Patuch.
Tara Elizabeth Degnan.
Cooper Podobnik.
Kurt Ramon Polly DeVibri.
Caitlin Peremsky.
Danny Marie DeGray.
Brenna Nicole Prosciutti.
Rachel Rebecca Di Gregorio.
Sadie Marie Price.
Nicholas James DeMarco.
Sarah Catherine Prosser.
Patrick DeSantis.
Nathaniel Podemont.
Samantha DeYoung.
Anissa Zadie Rafi.
Lauren Dempsey.
Jacob Michael Recht.
Eleanor Claire DiNardo.
Brenna Nicole Redcliffe.
Julia Rose Dixon.
Chloe Henderson Roberts.
Mackenzie Laura Dirksen.
Kelsey Henderson Roberts.
Allison Marie Doman.
Colin Henderson Roberts.
David Lee Dwan.
Jessica Launch Riley.
Nicholas Edward Dublin.
Nicole Anna Reinheimer.
Brittany Anna Dzinski, Student Council Executive Officer.
Kelly Ann Reynolds.
John Samuel Duffy, Student Council Executive Officer.
Michael Emmanuel Renos.
Aaron Cody Dunsey.
Catherine Victoria Rocca.
Ethan Mackenzie Dysert.
Anna Azizi Rosati.
Michael Elgin.
Aaron Rachel Rotler.
Jonathan Miguel Erdman.
Catherine Elizabeth Rotler.
Betsy Rose Erlanger.
John M. Rotowski.
Allison Nicole Evans.
Jacob San Rive.
Elizabeth Hartley Faith.
Hassan Saeed.
John Michael Fawcett.
David Michael Shankin.
Carly Elizabeth Fedeska.
Michelle Scherf.
James Henry Daniker Ferris.
Melissa Christine Schrott.
Daniel Christopher Finkel.
Alexa Nicole Seaton.
Emily Boynton Fletcher.
Julie W. Schultz.
John Keegan Flinter.
Julie Joanne Segredal.
Peter Louis Frowen.
Nicholas Stephen Sembrot.
Ian McCullum Frazier.
Jordan Michelle Sirio.
Luke Anthony Gattano.
Amit Shimshi.
Shannon Marie Gallagher.
Nicole Shoemaker.
Darby Ann Gallo.
Timothy R. Shoup.
Sharon Gow.
Ann C. Siegfried.
Thomas Adam Gardner.
Joshua Simmons.
Colin T.E. Gasper.
Parul Sinha.
Samantha Geyer.
Maurice Michael Slinger.
Hannah Charlotte Jacoby.
Mackenzie Catherine Smith.
Krupa Galakia.
Barry Lewis Snyder.
Emily B. Goodman.
Gabrielle Rose Solarchik.
Jordan Grabowski.
Ian Solomon.
Luke Jameson Gracie.
Alyssa Sortino.
Gabriella Danielle Granado.
Stephanie Sortino.
Leah Griffin.
Joshua Reed Salbear.
John Ali Gertunka.
Shannon Spence.
Jenna J. Gustus.
Joseph Marion Starr.
Ted Angelo Pages.
Alexander L. Stevenson.
Jessica Page Pateman.
Brian R. Stevenson Jr.
Ryan Matthew Harding.
Michael Scott Stevenson.
Nikki Helen Hardwick.
Luke Stork.
Hannah Alexis Harris.
Hannah Safayan.
Michael Nevin Hartman.
Kenneth Brian Sukich.
Elizabeth Sophie Hasco.
William John Sukich.
David Scott Hirsch.
Michael Terrence Sweeney Jr.
Abigail Michelle Hill.
Matthew David Schweitzer.
Garrett Allen Himmler.
Samuel Tan.
Oriana Maria Lukowski.
Nicholas Michael Tancredi III.
Christopher Johnson Howie, Student Council Vice President.
Adam Robert Tarazuski.
Jacob E. Huss.
Gregory Tarby.
Chica Alanusi.
Sarah Michelle Teep.
Cooper Allen Irons.
Kara Christine Thompson.
Ian Michael James.
Alexandra Caroline Torres.
Taylor Scott Johnston.
Grace Ellen Tricano.
Stephen Ray Joyner.
David Swede.
Patrick Jeanette.
Brian Ty.
Mark Robert Joseph II.
Darty Yukani.
Devyani Joshi.
Cameron J. Vasco.
Courtney Lynn Joyce.
Stacy Diane Vespa.
Ethan Harrington Kadar.
Emily Violi.
Catherine Elise Kale.
Robert Clay Wagner.
Venkata Sheshi Sai Kamaneni.
Mary Louise Gibson.
Lindsay Michelle Castle.
Luke Joseph Walker.
Mary Kate Kaufelt.
Rebecca Marie Walsh.
Lauren Michelle Kelly.
Jonathan Chu Wong.
Megan Kelly.
C.U. Wong.
Aaron Kennedy.
Alexandria Watts.
Rebecca Kerman.
Taylor Max Weiner.
Colin Rory Ketchel.
Erica Christiana Weiss.
Noor Fatima Khan.
Catherine Wirtz.
Kelsey Elizabeth Kidner.
John Frederick White.
Daniel William Kincaid.
Michael Scott Williams.
John Luke Clancher.
Caroline Monique Wilson.
Joel Benjamin Klein.
Timothy James Watinsky.
Rebecca Knapp.
Samantha Rose Witzberger.
Andrew Michael Kraykoff.
Kaylin Wood.
Taylor Jordan Katarski.
Benjamin Ray Wooker.
Nicholas Donald Kroll.
Gaiba Yen.
Eric Reed Krolzik, Superintendent's Academic Achievement Award recipient.
Sarah Elizabeth Urena.
Luke Michael Kamara Kuczynski.
Jaden Rain Yashikova.
Morgan Lee Lakati. Andrew Sand.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the graduated class of 2013. Good luck.
Thank you.